Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the best part of your week. It is the Super2Bit Podcast, episode 15. So good to have you guys here. Get those shares and those likes in the wild before we get into the nitty gritty. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's topic is none other than the big question, something we get asked almost on a daily basis. Is it too late to get into streaming, ladies and gents? Is it just too saturated out there? We've got all the answers, all the solutions. We're going to open Pandora's box, and I'm not going to open it alone. It takes two people to open Pandora's box. So I'd like to introduce my boy, hey, back on the podcast after a little hiatus, my boy, the Marksman. What's happening, buddy?
Yo. Good to be back, man. It was so strange not being on the podcast, but refreshing and nice. And
did you miss the podcast? Even though you're working in the background?
Even though I was here the whole time. Yeah, I did miss a little bit of the chatty chat. It's nice doing our weekly dump of sadness and frustrations. Yeah,
we should change it to the rant, the weekly rant podcast. You know, because that's what this one's going to be.
Yeah. So, what are we talking about today, Dave?
So it is the question: is it too late to get into streaming? And geez, guys, I hope you got more than an hour because we could talk for 2 hours, maybe even 3, Neil.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try hit all the hot points, and I'm gonna let you. How do we even begin to unpack this? Because, like I said, I was speaking about this today on my stream because guys were talking about, oh, dude, Twitch is like it's where you need to be, and it's something we, like I said, we get asked all the time. You go, hey man, how do I get sponsors? How do I get my channel to grow? Should I be streaming to Twitch? Should I be streaming to Facebook? And we've had time to digest it. We've had time to do the research, and we've come up with some interesting facts, stuff that I don't think a lot of you know about Twitch that Neil and I recently discovered, I think in the last week and a half here, Neil.
Yeah, we've made some. I've been doing a lot of research actually.
I've deep dive.
I've been looking through it. So maybe to give a little bit of a background context, I think in general, probably. Like streaming in South Africa is really weird. You could basically not be a streamer in South Africa in any real capacity between 3 and 4 years ago. Just because we live a million miles away from anywhere else in the world. We only got fiber about 4 years ago rolled out to most areas. So any of the South African streamers that were going on before, they're either using company fiber accounts, or they just had a lot of money, or they maybe just knew someone who knew someone to get them super fast internet. And, you couldn't be a streamer. Then 2.5, 3 years ago, when we started getting big into streaming.
It's about 3.5.
Yeah. So when we started then getting into streaming, fiber started getting rolling out, which was cool and gave everyone the opportunity. But your PCs weren't capable of streaming a Call of Duty Warzone and streaming at the same time.
Sorry to interrupt you there, buddy. Apparently you're quite soft there. Let's check the levels.
Turn this up a little bit.
Thank you, Raul. Welcome, Raul. Good to see you, buddy, as well as the game room. Good to have you guys here. Biscuits.
Hello. I think I blew up everyone's ears there.
Not too loud now. Hey?
Okay, let me bump that up a little bit. So what happened 4 years or 3 years ago is that then you needed, if you wanted to play the latest games, if you want to play PUBG, if you want to play Call of Duty, if you wanted to play Rainbow Six Siege, you needed a 2 PC setup, which obviously, most people have barely enough money to buy their sweet gaming setup. Then you have to buy a whole second PC that has to still be very good just so that you can actually do some streaming. And, the cost was prohibitively expensive. Where now, basically, if you've got a high-end Ryzen or high-end Intel PC, processor, and a good graphics card, you're basically ready to go. You can do single PC streaming. It won't look as good as a 2 PC setup, and it's got its
but it's close
issues. But you can do it. You can fire up a webcam. You can fire up a stream. You're good to go. So what that has led to is millions of new streamers. And then COVID came along and added even more time and opportunity for people to then start streaming. They're like, well, I've got all this time at home. Let's get streaming.
That's played a big role. It's funny you say that because I used to know so many local streamers because there wasn't a lot of us back before COVID. That kind of they did the grind for a year, maybe a year and a smidge, and as soon as COVID hit, well, no, before COVID hit, they kind of gave up. They
Yeah.
were like, listen, this is a lot of time. I need to make some money. This isn't really making me cash.
Yeah.
I'm kind of got to give up. And I saw a lot of guys fall off the local Twitch train.
And there were some
before
good
COVID.
guys with like unique, cool content.
Fantastic talent.
And like the problem with Twitch and the problem with streaming in general is that like it does kind of take away the enjoyment of playing games. I think Dave can vouch for this. Like if you have to play Warzone every day because you're streaming it every day, you're not actually enjoying Warzone. And guys will be like, oh, but it's so easy to play for 8 hours a day. It's like, yeah, but when you're not streaming, you don't have to do anything. You can do whatever you want. When you're streaming, you have to be entertaining. You have to be in the moment. You have to be relatively good at the game and then play this game that everyone else is playing. Like that's why you see now everyone's playing Among Us. That game came out 2 years ago. Now all of a sudden it's the biggest game on Twitch. And
really?
Yeah, 2 years ago, man.
Jeez.
And it's just like, hey, and why? Because the big Twitch streamers started playing it, so then every single person on Twitch starts playing it. And there's nothing wrong with that, and we'll get into like why that then becomes a problem later. But the thing is now, there is probably, I would say, at least 10 to 15 times more streamers on Twitch right now than there was a year ago. Just because COVID, opportunity, and power of PCs to make it possible.
You could say it was the perfect storm for everybody to try their card, throw their streaming card into the pile, and they did. And in the last 6 months, the influx has been insane. Game Room, agree with that, mate. I think Game Room, you've also got some interesting opinions being a streamer yourself, but I'd love you to chime in with some of your learnings over the last couple of months. T and the Triple T, welcome. You can't compare. You can't compare Mr. Beast donations.
Yeah, I'm playing Mr. Beast videos in the background. That's why.
Why are we looking at Mr. Beast video? We're gonna change that
because he's throwing 6,000 donies. That's what everyone wants. Everyone wants Mr. Beast to come onto your stream, donate 6,000. Like that's what that's what everyone wants on Twitch. Everyone's like, I'm gonna be a Twitch streamer. I'm gonna play Call of Duty. And then PewDiePie is going to play with me and then donate $10,000 and then I'll be the best streamer in the world. That's what everyone thinks.
It's like a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
It's like a lottery ticket.
It's worse than a lottery ticket.
Yeah. The chances of winning are a lot worse, to be honest.
But so like it is. And I think that's like streaming now has become basically like going to Hollywood in the 80s and 90s was. Like when you're young, you're like, I'm going to go to Hollywood. I'm going to be discovered. I'm going to become an actress. I'm going to be $1 million. Streaming's like that, but 1,000,000 times worse because at least the Hollywood actor thing, you actually had to go to Hollywood. You actually had to rent a house, become a coffee shop barista. You had to
make money through some dodgy means.
Yeah, you had to go to auditions. You had to, do some dodgy casting couch stuff. Now Twitch, you just basically fire up your PC. If you don't even need a webcam. A lot of these guys stream without a webcam, which is insane. Like you're not going to make it if you're streaming without a webcam because no one knows who you are.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
So
and that's the thing. Like that kind of gets me onto the next sort of topic. Is like some guys are streaming without a webcam. What chance do you have to stand out in this now saturated streaming scene? How are you going to get found? You know what I'm saying? What can you do to elevate your stream? And that's probably one of the questions we get asked the most. And what is your take on that, Neil?
I think you can't. It doesn't make any sense. Like it's like your product when you're streaming. Your product. I don't know. The only product you have when you're streaming, it's not how good you are. It's not how good your stream looks. It's your face and it's you. That's it. Yeah. You are the product. So if you're not showing you on the stream, or like a version of you, because these VTuber virtual reality streamers are becoming big.
But hold on, which is interesting. I read up on that, which we can get into. I can show my face, but if I'm like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" Like you're not gonna get above the crowd. You know what I'm saying? You need to be on point, responding to every comment, heavily charismatic, outgoing, outlandish. That's to have a lottery ticket in your hand. Yeah. That's what you got to do. Yeah. Oh, well, hold on. So maybe we're what are we talking about? We got KM3 here saying want to become famous by followers, primes, and views on bigfollows.com. Well, there you have it, guys. He came in just in time and answered our question.
Yeah, so we're done. We're going to shut down the stream. We're going to click on that completely safe link.
Oh, and another one, Wiz Jundia with the same message. Thank you, guys. Well, there you have it. Go follow that link.
At least we're getting some Twitch followers.
Yeah, wow. Some Twitch viewers.
But the thing is, like, you gotta basically ask a question, like, what are you offering, and is the thing that you're offering worth someone's time, and after someone's time, if it's really worth their time, is it worth their money? So if you're just guy playing a video game, what makes you stand out from all the other guys playing a video game? Like, if you are the funniest guy, you might have a chance. If you have a very unique voice, you might have a good chance. If you have 8 toes, you might have a good chance. Like, you have to have something that makes you different from everyone else. If you're the same as everyone else, then it's not even lottery. You basically just almost,
you don't even have a ticket.
This is gonna be very controversial. You're basically begging for donations, and it's no different from standing on the side of the road asking people for money. That's what it is, bro. Because
if you're doing it for money,
you know. But that's why everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Everyone does it to play at the first, like, you know. But the thing is, I started streaming for Super2Bit because I just wanted to fill up the schedule. Really, like, our schedule was pretty empty because it was just Dave, and I was like, well, I can do Sunday nights, and then I was like, cool, I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if it works. It worked pretty well. But then after a while, you're like, wait, why am I doing this? Why am I spending 6 to 8 hours a week playing video games for other people, not spending time with my family, not spending time with my friends, not just relaxing when playing video games, but working when we're playing video games? Then you're like, I should get paid for this. And then as soon as you have that thought, then it changes. Then it's not for the love of the game anymore. Then then it becomes your job. By the way, Stephen Roots throwing down 50 stars.
How am I missing these stars? Sorry, Mr. Roots. Hold on, buddy. Tien saying goal streamers get a hell of a chance, just a wee bit of cleavage and boom. That's a whole other podcast. Right
we're not going to get into that because it's going to get very messy very quickly.
Game Room says, unless you have a lot of money to start off big time, then you're already on the backhand. Absolutely. If you've got bank and you're just doing it because you love talking smack with people in your stream and playing video games, wow, then carry on. You got nothing.
But also, you can't buy success on Twitch. Like, doesn't matter how much money you have, you're not going to be able to buy anything. There's no money to be made buying. You can't buy stuff. You can maybe buy fake viewers, but it's not going to make you money, and it's not going to get you sponsors.
I won't name names. I've literally seen streamers become partners. So to become partner on Twitch, and we are going to heavily focus on Twitch for a while, but we're going to expand out a little bit later.
Twitch is the biggest one, so it's the easiest one.
Because everyone knows Twitch, and everyone wants to get into Twitch. I've literally seen streamers get partner, okay, and then because you need an average of 75 viewers per stream for 1 month, and then literally once they get partner, go down to settle at an average of about 20 to 30 people and just plateau. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it.
Yeah.
Are you okay there, buddy?
Yeah, no, it's just noises in the background. This is a quality stream. This studio over here is completely soundproof. But that's the thing. And also, like, even becoming partner doesn't mean you're going to make money. Like, you have to work freaking hard to become a partner, regardless how you do it. And again, that back in like 2014, 2015, when Ninjas and the Dr. Disrespect and the Pokemanes, all of those people were coming up. If you became partner, you were in this very tiny group of exclusive people, and obviously people would gravitate towards you. And Twitch even does that. Twitch knows that all they want is you to watch Twitch. They don't care if you're supporting the biggest streamer or the smallest streamer. They just want you to watch Twitch so that they can feed you adverts so they can make more money. That's all Twitch wants. They want eyeballs on the screen. But the thing is, you can imagine Twitch, like, you can say, okay, we're the owners of Twitch. Do we want to see a person who's just started streaming with 1 viewer, which is probably like himself on his cell phone,
Or
or
me.
are you gonna like that's your first time ever landing on Twitch, or do you want to watch Ninja with 30,000 people commenting, people dropping donations, people subscribing?
A show.
Yeah, and you want to get caught up in the hype. So if Twitch
And
automatically is going to push the ninjas and the Pokemans, because they know if you watch those guys, you're going to be like, wow, this is cool. And if they get you in there, then yes, eventually that trickle down will happen. But the thing is, for every 10 hours they spend watching Pokemon, they're probably spending an hour max watching other people. That's why Pokemon is still making tons of money, and everyone else isn't.
As is Ninja, but they got in early.
Yeah.
Like you said, they got in 4 or 5 years ago when it was such a unique thing. They grew their audiences almost within a couple of months, maybe a year. And then and all it takes, Neil, is for Ninja to tweet out, I remember when I was getting 50 viewers a stream, and then I just kept going, and then I got like 1,000. And it kind of gives people hope, like, oh, wait, I'm getting I'm getting 10, 20, 50 viewers a stream.
Yeah.
I can be like Ninja. But no, when Ninja was streaming 5 years ago, you could be like Ninja. You know, that's when you had a chance to actually make that leap into the mega views.
Yeah.
Now you're reading a tweet from someone that got in the game when the landscape was so different. So different and so unsaturated. And like you said, Twitch are pushing their stars because those are the faces of their platform.
Yeah. And even the game room's saying like, why do they fail after they become partner? It's because partner doesn't mean that much anymore. Like partner used to, when did we go to E3? 2018. Like in 2018, if you were a Twitch partner, there were none in South Africa. South Africa had 0 Twitch partners until last year. But in 2018, if you were a Twitch partner in America, they would fly you out to E3 or TwitchCon, and you could go there and you could have your exclusive booth and stream from the event because there wasn't that many. And they knew, 90% of them wouldn't go. The 10% that do go would go and do it because the big partners, they don't go to the Twitch events. You're not going to see Ninja come to a Twitch event. He's just going to be like, I'm Ninja. I'm staying at home.
He's at home tweeting. I remember when I got 2 viewers. Thanks for the check.
Yeah.
Twitch.
Yeah. So the thing is with partners now, they're so big. There's so many. I think there's something like 45,000 partners, of which only about 14,000 are active. Like, that's a lot of people. That's too many people to be an exclusive club. It's just you basically just the higher tier, and it's almost like a pyramid scheme where they're like the golden top of the pyramid, and everyone's trying to achieve that. But
Twitch by definition is a pyramid scheme, and what is the definition of a pyramid scheme, Neil?
So basically, pyramid scheme is getting a whole bunch of people to give you money, while you giving the person above you making money for the person who recruited you. But your job is then to recruit more people below you that give you money, and then the person above you gets a small percentage of that. And Twitch is kind of like that.
So how Twitch does that is I've got to go watch someone on Twitch, sub to their channel, in fairness, giving them money, throw them bits, that's giving them money, so that I can get noticed on their channel, so that their followers will notice me and hope that they will return the favor by telling people to go follow me and possibly raid me.
Yeah.
Twitch is 100% a pyramid scheme by definition.
Yeah.
In its current state.
Yeah, exactly. So it is like, and that's the thing. And there's nothing wrong per se with it. Like, it is just the way that it works and it's designed and it's very clever. The problem is now, and it's the same as joining, what's that stuff? Amway or something now. You always coming in at the bottom of the pyramid.
I sold a lot of toothpaste for Amway back in the day.
Yeah. The problem is you're always at the bottom of the pyramid, and it's your job to build your own pyramid. And to do that becomes harder and harder the longer the pyramid's been going for.
Hold on. I think we missed a 200-star donate from Tian. Did you catch that?
Hello.
Tian, sorry we missed that, buddy. Thank you so much for the 200 stars, asking what happens to these donations. They go straight back into trying to keep the lights on, trying to keep the RGB flickering, buddy.
Yeah.
And we fly close to the sun.
We do. So, every month's a lottery if we're going to make it.
So, dude, much appreciated. Thank you so much for the 200s. And to anyone else that wants to throw their stars. Did we meet our quota to even get a payout this month?
We did. Thanks to we got that big donation at your stream today.
Oh, Benjamin saved us. Benjamin McDonald's cheese, dude.
This is
What
going to
you
be
said.
so good for the people listening. They're like, what? What's going on? I don't understand.
So let's touch base with the chat real quick.
Yeah.
Streamers want views, according to Justin. Of course they do. My boy Barmir, I got you, bud, on the Twitch platform. Good to have you here, my boy. And Sven's simply saying, away Master Kent. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Game Room saying, but why do you feel they fail? Yes, we've answered that already. So but Neil, let's go back to the pyramid scheme concept of Twitch. Can we unpack that a bit more?
Well, it depends on what you want to talk about, really. So, like,
yeah,
the problem with Twitch is you basically you should, in any normal job, the more hours you put in, the more reward you should get out, right? So you're working in the mailroom in the bank, right? You're the best mailroom guy. Someone's going to notice. You're going to get promoted up. The difference is, though, that no matter how hard or not hard you work in that mailroom, for at least a month or 3 months or however long it takes them to notice, you're still going to get paid for the work you're doing or supposed to be doing. Twitch is the opposite. You have to put in all of these hours, all of this effort, more hours, and sometimes get paid nothing. And you have no idea how much you're going to get paid. And like, you basically are working for Twitch because you're generating views, you're getting eyeballs on the screen, you're selling ads,
you're giving
doing all that
free
good
content,
stuff.
you're providing content for them. Yeah.
And then you're doing all of that good stuff, but you're not getting paid for it. And you're not their employee. And if you read, like, this is the other thing I figured out, the Twitch partner contract, the Twitch affiliate contract. Twitch affiliate contract says, and we're actually breaking it now because you're streaming to Twitch and to Facebook, you are not allowed to live stream on any other platform other than Twitch forever. That's what a Twitch affiliate contract says.
Yeah.
But like, why would, like, how do they, that's like saying, cool, you're a gardener during the day. You can only garden for the country club, and you can never garden anywhere else for the rest of your life, only for the country club. And it's like, but I'm only gardening at the country club once a day. It's like, doesn't matter. Or once a month. It's like, too bad for you. That other 30 days
of
the month.
It's like Scientology, buddy, once a year.
So like, that's very strange. Like, none of the other big platforms do that. Like Facebook, they have no thing unless you are partnered with Facebook, then they'll put a clause in. But Twitch, even if you're an affiliate, which means you get nothing from Twitch as an affiliate, you get the opportunity to get subs, and that's it.
That's it. And of which they take a large sum.
With which they take 50%. It's crazy. Like, so.
Thank you for the 50 stars, Tian. Much appreciated. This guy is literally keeping the lights on.
But
Thank you so much.
Alex 21 Hall says that's a legal principle called restricted covenant, which is fine, except anywhere else where they put that covenant into a contract saying you can only stream for this platform or whatever, they are paying you for your exclusivity. With Twitch, they're not guaranteeing payment. They're saying, well, maybe you'll get paid, maybe you won't.
Yeah, but regardless of whether you make any money or not, you can go nowhere else.
Even as a partner, you're not guaranteed money, which is very messed up.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's the problem, and that's where Twitch gets you. But I think to bring it back, so the actual what's the name of this podcast today? Is it too late?
Well, let's bring it back to a local context. Is it too late to start streaming in South Africa? Let's bring it back to that.
I think not quite yet. It's still very, very small in South Africa. Like, we know basically almost all the South African streamers. We're finding new ones all the time.
On a first name basis.
Yeah, we know them. We've met them at events. We watch their streams. They watch our streams. It's a small community. And if you think about how much money there potentially is in streaming, South Africa can probably support 5,000 streamers. Doesn't mean they're all going to be like, living off streaming, but there's probably enough people to, fund that kind of thing. If you think about, wedding DJs, let's put it that way. How many wedding DJs do you think there are in South Africa?
Not enough, tell you. I'm trying to find one.
But there's probably about 5,000 wedding DJs in South Africa, and they're doing an event. They're getting paid for it. They're trying to be unique. There's a lot of competition in the market, but there's enough money for all of them to go around. Streaming could be exactly the same. So it's not that it's impossible to do. It's just that it's difficult to do it well enough that someone's actually going to give you money for it.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think, as a South African streamer, you could break into the 1,000 view mark, 1,000, 2,000 view mark?
If you're very, very lucky, just by working hard, no. Like, there's no chance of doing it. Like, there's one South African streamer. He does Gwent.
I follow him.
On average 900, 950.
Yeah, he's great.
He's very
like a
good.
Great player.
He's like top level player. He's been streaming for a long time, and but again, very lucky. He just caught up in the wave, and he got his viewers.
The right game at the right time, with the right audience.
If another guy came out now, there's a 99% chance he will not get those viewers. And he could have the best looking, best produced, most amazing stream ever. But there's already a Gwent guy from South Africa. Why do we need another Gwent guy from South Africa?
Yeah, but he's tapping into like purely an international audience, that guy.
Yeah.
He's like you said, he got in when Gwent was popular, was growing overseas. I think he was even streaming at the time that favored the overseas audience, and he got picked up. Guys were like, geez, got rated by other Gwent guys. It was pretty niche at the time, and that's all part of the secret to trying to break out to an international audience. Because I don't think there's 1,000 South Africans that will watch your stream.
No,
at any one time.
not.
I think there's maybe 200 to 300, maybe 400. Yeah. But beyond that, that's as many South Africans will ever watch you on Twitch.
And that's from a economic perspective, from an infrastructure perspective, from a time perspective. Because like, regardless what people think, like in South Africa, people who work. In America, there's probably 50 million people just sitting at home doing nothing. And those are the people that are watching streams, doing that kind of stuff. In South Africa, there's a lot of people sitting at home doing nothing, but they definitely don't have high-speed internet or time to be watching guys playing Gwent or Warzone or eating noodles, doing ASMR, They're out there looking for work, struggling for life. So, like, South Africa's got a very, very small middle and upper class, and those are the guys you're looking for. It's not tiny though. It's probably still bigger than the entire population of New Zealand. It's probably bigger than a lot of smaller European countries. There's probably 8 to 10 million potential audience of which you have to find your niche. And if your niche is 5,000 of those people, then you're winning. And that's the same as a wedding DJ. They only have to sell 10 weddings a year to break even. And they're only then playing to maybe, 1,000 people overall for an entire year. But they're making lots of money and they're having a good time. So that's how it works.
So shouldn't you then probably cater your stream and even the time you stream to an international audience if you want to try reach into the hundreds?
I think in South Africa you kind of have to do that. The only danger with doing that is if you're looking for a sponsorship route, then, and I think also though, like the sponsorship doors are closing. If you haven't got sponsorship yet, unless you are amazing and different and crazy compared to everyone else,
in the game for a couple of years or a year or two,
then sponsorship's kind of very difficult to get now. But if you're looking to grow your audience, get donations, get subscribers, international's the way to go. But then, putting in the early hours, the late hours, speaking a foreign language, doing something different. Yeah. But again, you're going for an American audience, but there's 30 million Americans probably streaming. So now, instead of competing against 5,000 South Africans who are streaming, you're competing against 30 million Americans.
5,000 South Africans with only 300 to 400 that can watch you versus millions of Americans with millions that can watch you. Yeah. It's a tricky situation. Tian saying, Dave, quit streaming during working hours. You'll get more views. I actually am. I'm going to start probably going for like a 6 a.m. stream or even a late night stream.
But the problem is, if you were to look at the numbers on Twitch now, like when Dave streams in the morning on Twitch, it's getting busier. There's probably when Dave used to stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, he was the only guy. Now there's 10 to 15 South African guys streaming every day, all day. And who's watching these people? I don't know. Because these people are supposed to be working. And I know my work blocks Twitch.
Yeah, yeah,
But
exactly.
COVID, everyone's at home, so everyone can watch Twitch. So maybe streaming during the work hours is the best time to stream.
It could be. It was when I started out. Like I got bigger views 3 years ago than I do now, even though the platform's growing 3 times in size, which is algorithm shifts, and that's a whole nother podcast on its own.
Well, you can see on Twitch, if you type /ZA on a Thursday night, it basically will bring up everyone who's streaming under the ZA hashtag or whatever it is. And there's 30 to 50 people on at the same time. And that's just in South Africa, where there's only maybe 500-600 people total watching Twitch at any one time.
Yeah. So some of the biggest tournaments we run in this country, I'm talking big prize money, biggest
prize pools.
Well, maybe not $1 million, but the biggest esports we can provide will pull 300 viewers, 400 viewers simultaneously.
Versus was $1 million.
That's the biggest esports local tournament we have. 300 to 400. There's no ROI on that. You know what I'm saying? At all. But so what chance does Billy Bobby have? Jumping on the scene, booting up Modern Warfare for the first time with the face cam? None. We've said this before. And it actually is a multifaceted. And I'll say it again because we get asked it all the time. So you seem to think it is worthwhile getting into streaming now, Neil.
I'm not saying it's worthwhile. It's like, can you be successful? Yes. Is it easy to be successful? Very much no.
But that's a bit of a BS answer.
It's the same as if you were getting into streaming in America now, I would say no. You've got a worse chance. If you're getting into streaming in South Africa, the market's still so tiny. You probably have a good-ish chance of, if you're good. If you're crap, no one cares. No one's going to watch because you're crap. Sorry, that's the end of the day. And it's the same as, going to an Idols audition and being like, oh, my mom says I sing really well. People are going to tell you suck at streaming because you're going to have 0 views.
My mom's never told a lie in her life. Screw you, Neil. I'm the songbird of my generation. A51 Firefly is saying SA is still in the very early stages, but SA economy and infrastructure has a huge impact on who is able to provide a quality stream. A51 has a point.
Yeah.
We are in the very early stages of fiber rollout, things like that. And like you said, Neil, it's becoming more accessible from the technical perspective in terms of the hardware you need to push out a stream.
Yeah.
I think that from a local audience, that'll grow. You're going to see your 50 viewers possibly turning into 100 to 200 viewers in the next year or two.
If you're showing the right content.
But you got to hold out till then, and you've got to rise above the already massive sea of talented local, and there are a lot of talented local streamers out there to do that. You've got to raise your game in massive ways. Mohammed, welcome. Raul, he's replying to Game Room. SA is very behind the international standards with regards to streamers, tournaments, and expos. A51, having been lucky enough to travel the world.
Yeah, I don't think we're that far behind.
And go to like basically every game expo on the planet. We throw in a pretty decent expo. Our Rage is obviously not as big as an E3 or a.
But it's a good little show.
But it's a good show. And listen, there's no shortage of talent. Some of the guys that are putting in the hours here are incredibly talented.
Yeah.
The question is, I don't know how long they're going to be on the scene. Some of these guys are in varsity. And listen, dude,
and you can't spend 8 hours playing games.
No,
Even if you're at varsity, you're gonna fail, and your dad's gonna come into the room and be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, he's gonna get the old belt out, and the wooden spoon. But that's when it was still legal. I don't think parents can do that anymore. That's a podcast on its own. But and these guys come in like with seasons. They have to go back to varsity. Then they're only streaming once or twice a week. Their numbers go down. They get discouraged. They stop streaming.
Yeah, and also just talking about tournaments and stuff in South Africa, we actually have some really well run, very high end money tournaments. It's just the problem with them is that no one watches them, and that's where the problem is. We've had huge money tournaments for the last 6-7 years.
Oh, dude.
The problem is they don't get the viewers because the viewership isn't there and it's not advertised correctly. And then the sponsors then pull out after 2 years. They're like, why am I throwing money at this?
There's no ROI here. Yeah. What are we doing? We're getting 300 viewers on a competition that cost us R1 million
Yeah.
to put on. Chloe, welcome to the stream. Good podcast topic. Chloe, I'd love to hear your feedback on what we're talking about. I know you are somewhat new to streaming. You've been streaming for over a year now, so you're a bit of a seasoned
And
vet
she's
in
better
my
than
eyes.
us, really.
And she pulls in way more views than us, ladies and gents. I would love to hear Chloe's 2 cents on the topic for tonight. Chloe, no pressure. Take your time on that keyboard.
Yeah.
Benjamin, people want a good show. I think in South Africa, you need to promote the hell out of your stream for the first year or so. Something, once again, Chloe is very good at. Guys, like Chloe really, she figured it out. Not that she had to figure it out. It's quite obvious what you have to do in terms of like using your other social platforms to funnel people into your stream. Yeah. And Chloe's someone that is very good at doing that. And so it's something that you have to do.
Yeah. You have to leverage every channel you've got. And
but
that's what we try and do. And sometimes we do it better than other times. But like basically that's kind of how we've grown our channel, because we everywhere for a lot of the time. And the other thing though with Chloe is that, she's good at streaming. There's a lot of people who are like, yeah, I'll stream, and they sit there and play a game, and it's like, again, why do you do this? Where with Chloe, she's good on camera, she talks well, she knows what she interacts with the audience, they feel very comfortable with her, which is a big thing. Like, you think, oh, that's whatever, but like, if you can't connect with someone through a computer screen, which is very difficult to do, you've lost. Where Chloe's got that, and, she can, sing songs, do stuff.
That's it. To PJ's point, because she sings. The second we met Chloe, we knew we had to hit the golden buzzer, okay? Because she had it all. She had the X factor. She can sing. She was. I'll never forget the first time we did with Chloe, where it was just like, oh, dude, like, yeah, she was.
That was at your house, yeah.
That was She used to stream because she didn't even have a setup back then, and since then, dude, like, she's pulling in some of the best numbers and locally.
Chloe's a good example of. Can you make it as a streamer in South Africa? Yes, you can. She went away to America for about 6 months, 7 months,
which actually kind of helped her viewership because she picked up some overseas viewers.
But she was streaming very erratically there for most of the time, and came back here. And all the guys, but again, like all the guys came back who were there already, and she picked up a whole bunch of new people along the way. So that's how you do it. But again,
so I'm so happy. Start rating me after after
a lot of luck is involved in that though, but like she had talent and luck, which helps. But if you have neither, you aren't going to make it, obviously.
Well, that's the thing. Look,
doesn't matter how hard you work. Like
Chloe's a perfect example. You need to be a golden buzzer. You need to. She can sing. She's a good-looking girl with a good presence. She's highly interactive, and she can actually play video games. You get so many pretty girls, jumping onto a stream that can't play, and that doesn't cut it anymore. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the whole package, and Chloe has the whole package.
Indeed.
I wish I was Chloe, Neil. That's how I fix. Everyone just be Chloe. That's how you can make it on Twitch.
Yeah, just be Chloe.
Be Chloe.
Sing, be cool, be friendly.
Yeah.
That's it. But that's the thing, though. So again, like, yes, you can make it. Chloe is a perfect example that it can be done, but doesn't mean it's for everyone.
Let's not be naysayers all the way through.
But at the end of the day, though, like, if you are going to make it, what do you need? Let's get into that. Like, what's the secret sauce? And let's say as a guy, because girls do have it easier, like on Twitch, guaranteed. Like, there's no way about it. Most of the audience is guys, so if you're a girl and you're not bad on the eyes, you have an immediate, home team advantage that no one else is going to have. So if you're a guy, what's the secret sauce? What's some of the ingredients you need for a good stream, Dave?
We're gonna give this away for free, buddy. Hey?
Just one or two. I'm not saying everything.
Well, someone said earlier in the chat, it's about putting on a show, and I think that's a good place to start. Benjamin, like radio, it's about putting on a show. It's about being a showman, having I don't even know, like a green screen with something funny or funny memes or something that is entertaining. To have someone sit there statically and just talk about their bowel movement, it's never good. You're not putting on a show.
You talk about your bowel movements a lot on the stream.
I do, but luckily I've been regular, so I've talked about a lot less. That doesn't matter, Neil. What are you getting into here? That's all we're trying to talk about. It's about being a showman, and not everyone is a showman. I understand that, but maybe you have other hidden talents. Maybe you can play guitar. Neil is a fantastic engineer. He's got an engineer's brain. Tonight on his stream, guess what Neil's doing? What are you doing on your stream tonight, Neil?
I'm building some Meccano.
He's building Meccano. Okay, for those that don't know, what is Meccano, Neil?
Meccano is like cool, very complicated metal Lego where you make mechanical machines with very small nuts and bolts.
I think they're as cool as balls. And balls are cool. You know what I'm saying? I think I would love to watch someone build. Are you going to do the whole? Are you going to do several builds?
Like, on the box, it says it's going to take 6 hours. So I don't
several
think
streams.
This is just going to be the kickoff one. Yeah, we'll see how we go.
I mean, that's great to see that come together. And tune in for that later. What time are you live? 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, hopefully, if everything works out.
Alex saying a unique selling point. There you go. Neil's good at building stuff with his hands. He's building this Meccano set.
It may not work. It may be like the best stream I ever do. We don't know. But the thing is, you got to try something different. You can't just be, okay, cool, I'm going to play this and that. Like Dave wears the sunglasses. He has the cool backgrounds. He gets the rage.
Tears,
to hide the tears. But the thing is, you've already established the audience. Like Dave sometimes forgets it and he gets very despondent sometimes. But we've got a very good audience, which is all of you guys watching this. That's why we can throw on a podcast and we know people are going to watch. Like, we don't have to worry that we know we're not going to get 0 views. We know we're going to get people enjoying it and watching it, hopefully spreading it to their friends, telling them about it, and growing every time we do one of these things.
Which is what you should do right now. If you haven't shared the stream, guys, I believe, give it a little share there. That's what it's all about. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. You know how much we love you guys. I mean, we really do. So thank you for your ongoing support. And we'll keep doing these as long as you guys want to keep watching us babble on. Half libated. I will be here every Wednesday.
Telling people what we think of the world of streaming.
Yeah, if you're even interested, then that means a lot to us. It really does. It kind of makes my week, to be honest. It does. So,
But
PJ saying once you find your niche, though, you do just keep pumping it. That's it. Once you hit gold, stop?
Yeah, but the problem is gold only. That mine can only be mined for so long, and it runs out. Look at Dr. Disrespect. I was actually checking earlier. Dr. Disrespect used to do the 8-hour streams every day. Then he got kicked off Twitch, but he was already getting fed up with streaming at that point. Now he's doing 3-hour streams, playing with celebrities, playing the games he wants to play, enjoying it, still getting the viewers. Because the thing is, now no one cares about what he actually plays. They just want to watch him because he puts on the show.
They want to hear what he has to say about current affairs.
Yeah. Most of his streams are podcasts, really.
He does a just chatting stream for 2-3 hours or sometimes, and then maybe finishes off with half an hour of games, and that's it, because he's a unique guy with a unique perspective on the gaming landscape, and people want to know what he has to say. Like you say, he's kind of transferred it into a podcast. Chloe, about my thoughts, speaking objectively, I think it's totally not too late to get into streaming. It's definitely evolving as a medium, so I think it just takes a unique selling point, as you said. To Chloe's point, I think South Africa is still in that very early stage, But having said that, it's going to get bigger. But having said that, everything we've said holds true.
Yeah,
you're still going to need that unique selling point.
Yeah, but also, South Africa, every South African streamer speaks English. Like, where's the Zulu stream? Where's the Afrikaans stream? Where's the Xhosa stream? Like, guys are sitting on
it's coming.
Massive marketing opportunities. If I could speak Zulu, I would be doing my streams in Zulu. Like, that would guarantee me a unique selling point. It would make me accessible to an entirely different audience, and it's something completely new, and it's something you can only do in South Africa. Which is
all Zoom streams are coming in the next year, guaranteed. Fact, and that's amazing that it's come that far.
But why hasn't it happened yet? That's the thing. Like, to me, it's just like so obvious.
Access to like you said, fiber. You need the equipment. It's a setup. Renee is saying, be knowledgeable about what you're streaming about. A good that's a big word. Demeanor, thick skin. Oh, demeanor for thick skin for the trolls. Sorry,
we're teaching Dave to read every day.
I have the reading edge of an 8-year-old. It's been tested.
That's your unique selling point. It's cool.
good network around you that will give you positive criticism and be open to learn and listen. Absolutely, Renee.
Yeah.
Another feather in the cap. I couldn't agree more. Well said. A51 saying you guys should have some guests as well. Keep up on the podcast. Absolutely. If you we had an international guy from California, my boy David. Keep cocking up his surname. Broido. Last week he was a makeup effects artist in LA. Does TV shows and stuff like that. And it was a great.
What Firefly is saying is he's tired of my face. Is actually what he's saying.
I love Neil's face, but yeah, I agree with him. We need to get Chloe on the stream. Chloe, I know you're listening. We've been threatening for too long. We need to get Chloe on here, even Jimmy, and a few more guests. In fact,
we'll be bringing them on. Don't worry.
Yeah, I've spoken to some people about getting some international game developers on here, talking about their game releases, talking about what they're doing. I mean, how nice would it be to actually interview a developer from Ubisoft or maybe someone working on Call of Duty? Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
Wink, wink to those in the chat. You know who you are. But yes, to start tapering towards closing thoughts here, Neil. Let's give some encouragement.
I like that segue. That was good. It's like, I'm done talking. I'm going to stop the stream.
Let's end with some encouragement here, buddy.
Yeah.
What do we say about guys that want to get into streaming, have just gotten into streaming?
Yeah. So right now, from a technical perspective, best time to get into streaming. It's the technology's there, the infrastructure for the most part. If you are, earning enough money, the infrastructure there's in this country. It's easy, like to set up and start your own stream, very easy. Probably the hardest thing to do right now would be buying a webcam because they're like basically sold out everywhere. That's your biggest obstacle to getting into streaming if you have a half decent gaming rig at this point. The challenges obviously is everyone else is doing that. How do you stand out from the crowd? How do you build your audience? And I think that's the big secret is use other aspects. Use your Facebook friends. Facebook's brilliant. You've got 200 Facebook friends. You've got 200 potential viewers right there. Use it. Advertise on your Instagram. Advertise on Twitter. Advertise on Discord groups that you're members of. Like, throw it everywhere and far and wide. Guys who don't like your stream, who cares? Guys, everyone has a right to choose what they like and don't like.
Yeah.
But don't neglect the opportunity. And you have to be a salesman. This is a business.
A snake oil salesman.
No, not a snake oil salesman. You've got to sell a good product.
I've got an elixir for everything you have. But yeah.
But you got to get out there. You got to get people. You got to put yourself out there. The first time I streamed, and I think Dave can tell you the same thing. It's scary. You're nervous. Doesn't matter if it's one viewer or 150 viewers. It's you putting yourself out there. If you're not good at public speaking, it's a great way to learn how to be good at public speaking. Because that's basically what you're doing. And, building on that and giving yourselves goals. If it's, I want to have 5 viewers in the next 3 months, that's a good goal. Work towards it, build your brand, make sure people are coming to watch it because of you, not because of what you're playing. And I think that's it. You have a chance. We've got proof in Chloe. We've got proof in a couple of other guys around South Africa. Is it easy? No. Does it take a ton of time? Yes. And is it guaranteed? Absolutely not. But you can do it.
Yeah, and you should get it now, especially if you want to cater to a South African audience. It's only going to get bigger in the next year or two. Now is a good time to get in. So not all hope is lost. But don't be boxed in idea-wise. Don't look at guys overseas and be like, oh, Shroud is playing Season 6 Call of Duty. I got to be on it. You got to be on it. What do you want to play?
Yeah.
And strangely enough, it's often the most nichest game that you just enjoy playing that gets noticed on the Facebook feed or wherever it is, and guys like, geez, that's so cool. That's an interesting game. I'm going to tune in and see what this is all about. And you're having more fun playing it because you actually want to play it.
Yeah.
And, you having a good time on stream is what people want to see.
Yeah, and people feed off you having a good time.
Yeah, they feed off your energy. If you're playing Fortnite, like some current SA streamers who are literally clawing and you can see, without seeing their hands, you can feel them clawing their faces off because they are so over Fortnite that it gets them the extra 10 viewers. That's not going to feed your soul, and it's not going to grow your stream.
And you're not going to be creative and interesting and fun
That's
to watch.
It. If you could cook, do a little cooking stream. If you can do magic tricks, throw a couple of cards down, show some people some magic tricks. Anything for you to elevate yourself, up, from the guy next to you. Like I said, Neil's doing his awesome build stream in about an hour that you guys must definitely tune into. So it's all about leveraging on your skills. Don't try to be like everyone else, okay? Because that's what everyone's trying to do, and that's why everyone's just plateauing in the sea of normal. Okay, think out of the box. That's what Dr. Disrespect did 4 or 5 years ago. He really did, and look, that just elevated his career.
Yeah,
you got to have the same mindset and think like the Dark Thought.
And the crazy thing is, like, no one's done that, but there's a reason, because it's a ton of work and it's very difficult to do it to the level and quality that he's done. But the fact that he is the only character streamer that's like really big is really crazy to me. Like, if you look at, again, radio DJs, there's tons of character radio DJs all across the world. But like in streaming, there's the Doc and there's much smaller guys everywhere.
Yeah.
But like, you'd think, like, to me, I'd much rather watch a couple of character streamers and 1 or 2 real personality streamers than just guys sitting in their room playing, Call of Duty, Warzone.
Yeah, like saying the odd hi and thank you, Yeah. And speaking of which, I may have a new character in the works. Shouldn't even be talking about it. It's nowhere near ready. Laszlo Live coming down the pipeline. It's pretty much going to be the biggest thing I've ever done in streaming. So not to toot my own horn there, but look out for Laszlo Live here, Neil. You're pretty excited. You've had a taste.
Oh gosh.
Had a taste. That's good.
I'm gonna hold my comments. I'm gonna see what the numbers are, and then I'll see if I get excited.
Yeah, we'll test it in secret before we actually see if anyone even watches. But yes, network. According to Alex, absolutely, it's all about who you know. That's why Chloe's gonna start rating me. Thanks, Chloe. Mohammed saying 6 to 7 guests on the podcast would be awesome for 90 minutes or something. That's a great idea. It's something me and Neil have been thinking about doing, something a bit more open forum, so to speak. 2-3 people on stream at once. It's about entertainment factor, guys, putting on a show. And if we can put on a decent show, we'll do it, A51 just dropping emoticons like a legend. Thank you.
He's a cool guy.
So
that's why.
He's a cool guy. So I think we've kind of we've hit a couple of high notes, Neil.
I think so. Like, I think we covered a lot more ground than I think we were planning on, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about these podcasts, is that, we have a couple of things we think, okay, cool, we should be able to maybe make 40 minutes, and then, an hour flies by.
I could go another hour. I'm not even joking, but I could go. And with golden nuggets, my man. With golden nuggets, I could keep verbalizing.
We can't give away all of our secrets.
No, we can't. Not just yet.
Yaku also came in with 50 stars right at the end there.
Oh, sorry, I've been missing the stars. Yaku, thank you so much. Sorry that we missed your stars, buddy. We really, really do appreciate it. Guys, don't forget, you can still share the stream even after the fact that
also
it's
subscribe.
Not live. Subscribe. If you're listening on Twitter, Neil, can you be live? Can you believe we're live to Twitter? Hey, we are live to Twitter.
It's crazy magic.
There's no reason not to listen. Even on your Twitter feed, you can listen to this awesome podcast that we put out there.
You can listen to it in your ears if you go on Spotify or Apple Music.
Or Spotify or Apple Music. We'll leave the links to those in the description. So if you are watching on Twitter, how's about a little retweet there? And obviously on Facebook, every share, every like, every comment, we highly appreciate it. But having said that, Neil, I think you know what time it is, buddy. I can hear the carte blanche music. It's the end of the fun, the end of the weekend.
I just hear 7 Alarm music, the old theme. That's all I hear in my ears all the time.
I don't even know what 7. Never watched it.
Are you South African? I don't even know what you are.
I barely am. I'm a mixed breed. But with that said, ladies and gents, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it for every second you hang out with us. I think I'm going to enjoy my time off. I'm going to Plettenberg Bay tomorrow, so you won't get a stream from me on Friday. But Chloe, Jimmy, and Neil, they're all going to be live the next couple of days, especially, like I said, Neil's stream coming up in the next hour. His Meccano build of an F1 Ferrari.
It's going to be sweet.
It's going to be life-changing, so make sure you check it out, guys. With that said, that is the end of another life-changing podcast, episode 15. I thank you, Neil.
Thank you very much, Dave. Always fun.
And I thank you guys for joining us. Seriously, much love to you.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Cheers.
Yeah.